Hey, everybody. It's Fuzzle Friday. Oh, hey, there's Fuzzle once again. Yes. I tell you.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
I've had a little bit too much cappuccino.
I can tell. You seem really energized here this evening.
Yeah. I was just up all night reading.
You've really been on a kick here. The book of Joshua and the story of Israel and Moses. Boy, it's just really.
It's so exciting.
It's got you just. It's like a caffeine high going on here or something.
Oh, I am. So then I had to drink a lot of cappuccino.
Yeah,
to get up
keep your eyes open.
Yep. So I'm ready for the next part of the story.
Well,
so they went camping across the river. What was there, like a few of them?
Well, there were quite a few of them. We're not sure. There's debates over how many there actually were, but let's just say there were thousands of them.
Wow.
Yeah, thousands of them. But so you mentioned that they camped across the river. So last time together we talked about how they had to go over the river, and and they weren't going to grandmother's house either. No. Grandma was with them. So the issue became, though, that the river was at flood stage. So how in the world are you going to ford a river with it being at flood stage?
Well, maybe you should use a Chevy instead of a Ford.
Well, maybe that's a good point. Or a Dodge. You can dodge.
Dodge the river.
You can dodge the river, yeah. Or you can dodge the ford of the river. I don't know. But nonetheless, the Levites, the priests,
like the guys that made the jeans.
No. It's Levi. This is the Levites. They are from the tribe of Levi, and they are the priests of Israel.
Is there a tribe of Wrangler?
No, and there's not a tribe of Lee either. But anyway, so they go down to cross the river, and as they go to cross the river with the Ark of the Covenant, which you thought was Noah's Ark last time together.
Right, and it's not.
It's not. It's the throne of God, the mercy seat of God.
Okay.
They go into the water, and the water parts.
Yes.
At flood stage, and it allows it heaped up big time.
Big time. Yeah.
And so they were able, Israel and the priests were able to cross the river. Probably took them a while, but they did it. Wow. It's like moving your house, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So getting the movers in there and all that stuff. So yeah, it had been wild. But God asked them to do something.
Oh, what did he do?
He asked the Israelites in Joshua, he says, for them to have one man from each tribe to take a stone from the middle of the Jordan, where it's dry land at this time, and to take it with them and where they're going to spend the night.
Okay, I don't understand. Why would you take 12 pebbles?
Well, no, we're not talking pebbles. We're talking like a big rock.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're talking a big rock.
And they were going to build a house, or what were they doing?
They were going to build a memorial, almost like a monument, remembering what the Lord had done for them.
Why?
It's really something.
Why?
Because it was to be a sign that God had brought them into the promised land.
Oh, so like a billboard.
I mean, think about it.
Like a billboard sign?
But think about this, Fuzzle. The rocks were from the middle of the Jordan.
Yep.
They wasn't from the side of the Jordan or the shore of the Jordan. It was from the middle of the Jordan.
Right.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And so this was to prove as a sign, and it was not only for the people who saw it, it was for the generations to come.
Oh.
I'll share this verse with you.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of like the monuments, like
Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, those type of things. To remember your history, to remember the folks who've been important in your nation, all those sort of things.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So this is what the Lord said to them. I said that he told them to do something. And so it says, tell them to take up 12 stones from the middle of the Jordan.
Got it.
And so they do that. And they are to put them where they were staying for the night.
Like at the motel?
There was no motel. But yeah, they had 12. But there was no motel. They were just camping out under the stars.
Whew,
yeah.
Roughing it.
But to say that, there are things in our lives, Fuzzle, and you with us, there are things that God has done for us. He's provided for us, and they are things that we are to celebrate and to remember, and also to share of what God has done for us with others around us.
Right. Is that kind of like, when you're in a wedding and they exchange the rings?
Well, yeah, there is that. There is that whole thing.
You can look at it and you remember that's the promise I made.
The covenant, right? The promise of the covenant made.
Yeah.
And between two parties. That's what a covenant always is, right?
Okay.
And the promise is between persons. It's between two parties. Mm-hmm. But with regard to the memorial and these 12 stones, and even for us, we must tell the story of what God has done for us.
Right.
In marvelous ways, small ways, big ways, whatever ways, there are things that we have, perhaps tangibly, like we have in hand, or things that we think of, and we need to make sure that we share those as Israel was being asked to do here.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Because then you can look back on that
Right.
when you're having trouble.
Right.
And you can say, remember what God did for us back then?
Right. And what can he do for us in the future
Right.
out
and
of that?
It gives us courage.
It does. And strength and faith and all that good stuff.
Ooh,
That's it.
That's a great idea.
So, remember what God has done for you. Share it with others and look forward to what he's going to do for you in the future.
I got to go get some rocks.
All right, Fuzzle. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.